Hi guys, I'm Adrian Urma, the pro player of AS Roma eSport. My passion as a child is football. I played 10 years in Italy, in Turin, but now I'm living in Iași. For me, Iași is one of the best city of Romania. Now I want to show you one of the best places in Iași. I really like to come here with my friends, with my family, to walk and to relaxing together. But now it's time to training for next match day. See you on YouTube channel of eFootball and in Barcelona. Dai Roma!
Hey guys, it's Lotfi from Manchester United. Konami asked me to show you what can I do on my days other than training. I practice a lot in football. So I will show you today. Today it's Sunday. And what means Sunday? Sunday means a league day, a match day. So I'm following, I'm watching the game of the first team. It's a league match which is very important for the team because we are third of the league and we are fighting to be qualified directly to the European competition next season. So I'm watching at the moment the match, and it's like all the weekend. It's our routine of when it's a match on the weekend. We like to see the game together with my teammate Kilzu and to live the match together because we support the team for sure, because we are esports player of the team, but above all we are fans of the team. So we hope we can win this game today, and in bonus we always hope that a player can score 2 or 3 goals or make 2 or 3 assists, because we know it can mean we can have him like a player of the week the next week, and it can help us at the eFootball Championship Pro. So yeah, hope for the win today. Let's go United.
We know the capabilities of him as a player, and we know that he likes to get off to fast starts.
Of course, burst onto the scene a couple of seasons ago, didn't he, with AS Monaco. We'll see if he can continue that form this season. It's been a bit of a slower start for him, but now he's threatening here with Martial. He does get that strike on target. Corner.
Yeah, it's good work from him just to recycle an opportunity. As you can see, ball going back here with Bruno, ricochets kindly off of the defender, and again it's that dummy. Martial just takes it the other way. It's going to go for a corner.
Who's on corner duty then? Looks to be Fred. Look out for Varane here as well. Up in the air, tries to knock it on to Martial. It'll come right back at Stifler here. Sabitzer does well to retain possession of the ball now. Pellegrini with some dogged determination there, and now Dybala on the near side versus Luke Shaw. The Englishman gets away with that one, and the opening 20 has been, well, fairly even.
Outside of that one chance for Martial, there's not really been that many clear-cut opportunities to speak of. We spoke about the new volume of players for the eFootball Championship Pro. Roma are one of these sides that could definitely use that reinforcement as well. And it certainly appears that they are a lot more of a stable outfit than they have been over previous match days.
Abraham. Patient build-up here. In the end, a little bit too patient as Fernandez able to bring the ball away. Martial and Fred combining. Rashford has a lot of space on this near side now. What are the options here? Stunning strike, looks like. Block in time, and it will be another Manchester United corner.
Yeah, it's a big block there, and it needed to be made. That stunning strike, as we know, has more power in it, can be a little bit uneven in terms of finding the target, but that certainly looked like it was on its way. Good block out for a corner, though.
Corner taken quite quickly here. course, we'll likely mention this a few times with the absence of Roma this match day. You're looking at Stifler and Gagliardo to really put a shift in for AS Roma. They're sat not in the safest position in the table. And without the absence of their captain, Roma, of course, if you're watching at home, Roma, we wish you well. Hopefully see you in a couple of weeks' time. We need to see a full squad effort from AS Roma. So far, though, Nexa. He's been threatening.
And in the early going, Roma they've stifled this Manchester United attack. Every chance that appears to be coming the way of Nexa in terms of finding passes, instead it's finding a Roma foot or finding a Roma player.
Rashford's pass incomplete there. .35 gone, just over 10 minutes in game, I should say. So I put my teeth back in till half-time. I hate to say it, I may have commentators cursed this fixture slightly. I'll hold on to that thought as Nexa now. Threatening with Sabitzer, looking for Rashford. Goal kick though. These two players so evenly matched statistically thus far do just seem to be cancelling each other out slightly.
The mood appears to be very tense between both of these players, because I think they know, as you've said, first game of match day 4, it's game 1 of match 1. You know you're kind of the curtain raiser, and you know that the pressure and the lights are really on you here. And again, potentially in the back of Stifler's mind, knowing he may need to pull double duty here, you may be trying to just try and get through this first game.
That's a fabulous dummy from Stifler. Paulo Dybala. Pellegrini, as he timed his run well. Referee, well, and linesmen say the answer is no. But looking at the form charts, both sets of players coming off a match day 3 loss. A chance potentially to right a previous match day wrong here. Strong tackle from Stifler. 2 minutes added on.
If Roma are going to get anything out of this game, they're going to need to get Dybala into it.
That seems to be the intention from them, but crowded out there. Intercepted by Casemiro. And that one will end our first half. Frustration on both sides of the stage.
The French is not fantastic, but the body language and kills her is get that ball moving.
And it is, and that they are to start off the half here. It's Martial! Straight away gets the goal that Nexa's been chasing. A fantastic finish by the Frenchman. Put someone up.
Slick, really slick. But, you know, as we hear so often from players within eFootball, you have to respect the kickoff area. You have to respect it, because occasions like this can happen. But he's good ball movement. It's give and go between Martial and Sabitzer. But as we have said so often on commentary, sometimes the easiest thing to do within eFootball is just take a shot. And it's a brilliant finish from Martial.
And it is, no doubt we'll see the frustrated reaction of Stifler at some stage, but for now, it's the better part of an entire half of eFootball to try and get yourself back into this one. Manchester United 1, Roma 0 here in game 1. Goal number 5.
I think if you're Manchester United, it doesn't need to be pretty to win this game. You just need to get it across the line. But here comes Mady Camara.
Stifler with a chance here into the feet of Abraham. He's been dangerous thus far.
Interestingly, the audience still saying that Roma are looking like the ones that will take this game. looks like all the pressure at the moment is coming from Manchester United side of the ball.
Matic under pressure, dealt with well though. That one though won't fly by the referee. Goal number 5 on the season. Will he go for a strike here as well? Rui Patricio had a good sighter on that as it was flying towards him, but with goal number 5 now ties his teammate Lotfi as the club's leading goal scorer thus far this season.
Roma trying to get a little bit of luck here just to try and break it up in midfield.
Sometimes that's what you need. Pellegrini, El Shaarawy. Abraham does get his strike away. On the hour mark. Back on level terms now. Roma 1, United 1, game on.
We said a piece of luck. That wasn't luck. If you look at this here, brilliant ball movement. Just one touch, two touch. Again, just finding that neat little gap in there. Abraham reacts quicker than Lindelof. As a result, the Englishman finds the back of the net and we have parity restored.
There's the assist. Lindelof just caught with his hips the wrong way. No doubt Captain Irma at home will have enjoyed that one. Levels are scoring here. Roma 1, United 1. These two an absolute mirror image of each other this season. 5 goals for Nexa. 5 goals now for Stifler as well.
It's not a lot to split both of these players, but they both know their squads incredibly well. It's about who's going to be able to execute in this final 25 in-game minutes.
Building here again, Roma, Abraham, El Shaarawy. Dybala was asking to be released. Fred comes back and cleans up.
Yeah, Roma trying to promote a little bit of panic in that defence just by putting bodies in the way and trying to get the ball through. Instead, Bruno Fernandes has come forward with it and Spinazzola wins it back.
What a vital challenge that could be. Abraham knocks this into space. Casemiro, excellent recovery. We're approaching the area of the match where substitutes come into play, Wes, and the players obviously thinking of very similar thoughts to my own.
I was going to say, have you got today's lottery numbers as well, Harry? Because you've literally just called that into existence, but absolutely, it is that magical period between 60 and 70 minutes where you see these subs become so impactful. And now it's just a case of who employs it better from both of these players. And as the time ticks down, you're going to have to look here. I mean, it's Roma who have the ball at the moment, and whether they can create an opportunity.
I'll slide you those numbers under the desk. Final 20 in-game minutes now. Potentially argue it's Roma in the ascendancy here, as you said, just trying to get a bit of chaos here as El Shaarawy has a chance, maybe for the lead!
You can tell who the viewing gallery is rooting for.
Still alive there, El Shaarawy was open.
You can probably hear the audible groans over our microphones there. Such was the feeling that Manchester United may have been on the end of a game winner. Instead, we are still at 1-1.
Just one too many there, trying to feed El Shaarawy again. This game has come to life now.
Well, we have heard all season long from other teams just how dangerous Manchester United are as a team. They're now going to have to prove it in these last in-game minutes. Smalley wins it back for Roma.
Pellegrini. Plenty of bodies forward here for Roma. El Shaarawy beats his man for now. Recovers well though.
Tried to maybe buy a foul there, did Stifler. Did not pay off. Bruno takes a touch into Iqbal. Over to Martial.
Martial now. Back to Iqbal. Rashford goes around his man. It's agonisingly wide.
That was inches away from clipping that post and going into the back of the net. It's really good work there from Nexa to fashion that opportunity. The ball just agonisingly rolls wide. You can see the reaction there. He knew the opportunity that had came about for him. Just couldn't find the right finish to take it into the back of the net.
Final 10 in-game minutes. Less than now. I hate those types of shots.
Where they just creep.
When I'm using the players and also when the striker's against me as well, because you get an eternity just to see whether or not it'll nestle between the uprights. But anecdotes aside, we've got a final 5 or so in-game minutes to decide potentially a winner here.
It's a fascinating watch for anybody who is interested in high-level eFootball play to see how this game is going to end.
Van der Beek, Sabitzer, Rashford's free! Not quite this time.
Post and the keeper denies him, but Nexa still got pressure.
Martial! An 89th minute, potential winner for Manchester United. Martial on the double. And maybe, just maybe, heartbreak here for AS Roma.
The first chance went by the wayside for Nexa. He did not make the same mistake. Well, I say mistake, it was a header that hit the post and hit the goalkeeper, but he managed to mentally recover the ball and found a slipping finish from Martial. Those sorts of finishes we've seen that can go absolutely anywhere. And that one has nestled itself into the back of the net. You can see almost the relief on Nexa's face. And there almost the wry smile of annoyance from Stifler.
Just got to listen in there to both sides of the stage. I mean, body language really said everything, didn't it? Nexa, it was relief, wasn't it?
It was so, yeah, it was. He almost looked out on his feet. He knows the pressure that he's under, but he has managed to just find that vital moment that he needed. And of course, the job is not finished, but if he can get himself across the line here, it'll be a vital 3 points for Manchester United.
Final dregs of this game. Goal 6 for Nexa. 4 minutes added on. What can Stifler show us here? El Shaarawy into traffic. Oh, wow, look at this. Martial stayed alive to it. Can he get his strike away? Rashford will keep this one alive. Which way is he going? Corner flag, I'd imagine here.
Knows the importance of it. Knows the game managed this out, and as he has done.
The referee blows the final whistle. 3 points go to Manchester United in game 1. Nexa and Stifler as tight as you like. But in the end, just that pressure from United came through.
It's just that moment where you switch off. When you think that the major chance has gone, there's a slight moment where you think, oh, I can go on the counter-attack here. Instead, you've still got to be alive for the ball coming back at you. And instead, that finish that Nexa found, it's a 2-goal salvo from Martial, but it's the one that gets him across the line.
We can see the highlights here from game 1. Hopefully games 2 and 3 will follow suit. But it is a lonely place up there on the stage when you concede so late on in the game, made even more so by the fact their captain not able to attend this match day. So for Stifler, he's got to shake it off a little bit, has a potential another game to play today. We'll explain that when it comes to it, but for now, as we look over some of the goals, did so well to get Abraham into the right area, take the strike at the right time there on the hour mark.
Well, for large parts of that game, if you are an AS Roma fan, or if you're Stifler or Giallorossi or Irma, if you're looking at that game, they were in that game for large portions of the game. It wasn't a blowout victory by Manchester United, but as we said, with Manchester United, it didn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be effective. Sometimes just getting over the line, regardless of if you stumble or you sprint, you're over the line. So for Nexa, he'll be delighted. But for Stifler, if he does manage to come into game 3, or if he is selected to go into game 3, at least he can take heart from the fact that he knows that he was in the game. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't, it wasn't convincing from Nexa. So he will take heart in that. But of course, you're still staring down the barrel of a last-minute winner, and then that in itself is a bit of a downer on your day, so to speak.
Yeah, credit to Nexa, a fantastic performance there. 7 points on the season for him now, 2 wins thus far. But now we take a look at game 2. It is going to be Killzoo for Manchester United going up against Giallorossi. And they're already underway here. We are already underway, game 2. We waste no time here. It is Killzoo versus Giallorossi. Manchester United attacking from right to left. Roma going the other way. Of course, keep interacting with us here. We want to know your thoughts in the chat as well. But time to introduce the 2 players. Of course, Killzoo. Some of you who have been watching eFootball Championship Pro for quite some time, you all know this man's impact on the league. He's been really one of the star players throughout the competition. Up against Giallorossi, who you could argue has been struggling thus far this season, just 1 point and a single goal to his name as well. Has a big chance here though. Wijnaldum and Dybala combining really well, but defended well by United.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue and you can look at Roma's first 3 fixtures. It's Arsenal, Monaco and Bayern. So they've had a really bad time of it in terms of the fixture list.
Well, Sharawi goes for goal, forces a corner.
So, but they've had a really bad time of it from a fixture list standpoint. But of course, at some point in this competition, you need to start winning these games. As we say it as almost a motto. It may as well be the tagline for the competition is that there are no easy games here. These are all high level, top level individuals who are playing this game. You're going to need to beat the best at some point.
Abraham with the knock on to El Shaarawy is blocked by Maguire. Another corner. Speaking to how tight this competition is, those 3 points going to United in game 1 sees them leapfrog not only AS Roma but also AS Monaco up to 5th now. Dybala with the in-swinger, Abraham with a knock-on, Pellegrini almost able to fashion something on goal.
Yeah, it's that second chance that you've got to be careful of. Killzoo's done well to get rid of that one, but it's coming back the other way again.
Abraham, Dybala. Luke Shaw stepping up well. But this competition is so tight, just 4 points separating 3rd place from 7th. Here is Marcel Sabitzer. Rashford is the target, but knocked into safety.
It's a great knockdown from Martial. I mean, you could have closed your eyes, saw that knockdown, and probably think it was Weghorst. It was that good. Such a great knockdown. It's a corner ball for United.
Killzoo trying to fashion a chance here as Rashford rises highest, but not on target. El Shaarawy has earned himself a throw-in. You just get the feeling thus far this season that Giallorossi has never really moved out of second gear. He's looking to do so here, but as you said, a tough fixture list thus far for AS Roma, and Sabitzer with Killzoo goes for goal, catches everyone off guard, and it's Martial again. The Frenchman so lethal in game 1, strikes again in game 2. United into the lead now.
I said this earlier on in the player room. The game loves rebounds. If you can take strikes and you can put your opponent in a position where they're having to defend a chance off of the goalkeeper, as you'll see there, Martial's the first one that's alive to it, and it's forcing your opponent to pick an opportunity. You've got to go and either close down Sabitzer, or you've got to mark the chance, or mark the player in the box. You've got one or the other to do. You can't leave it to have a potential save from a goalkeeper and then leaving an easy tap in from Martial. Great work from Kilzu.
Good work indeed, but it does compound the misery that has been matchday 4 so far for AS Roma. What can Giallorossi do here to show us that Roma are looking to rally around the fact their captain's missing? Fred here though for Kilzu. Has time and space. Rashford does somehow come away with the ball. Martial was waiting as well, but it is Nemanja Matic recovering for Roma, and they come forward here as well.
Got some work to do here.
Dybala! That's a venomous header.
Beat Luke Shaw to the punch.
Sharawi looking for Abraham. Half an hour gone. Giallorossi showing that he still has signs of life here.
You've got to say that these chances are not going to... They're not going to be at a premium in this game for Roma. They're going to have to take these chances and make them pay. But at the moment, they're just not finding that killer touch that will take the ball into the back of the net.
Sabitzer with Fernandez on the overlap. Back to him now. Sabitzer! 2-0! Kilzu doubling the lead. He's been pulling the strings in midfield, Sabitzer. A goal to his name now as well. 2-0 United, they're looking good.
Yeah, it's not just a team strength or a collective strength point of having Sabitzer that far up the field. It's actually having a player that can take the ball in on close control and be able to find shots and passes at will. This one is a great give and go between him and Bruno Fernandes. You can see the arm out from Sabitzer. That's the player telling you that he's open. Such kills, he finds the pass and finds a great finish with Sabitzer. Looking very, very good indeed.
Manchester United 2, AS Roma 0. Here in game 2. Goal number 5 for Kilzu on the season. Joins both his teammates actually on 5 goals thus far. Half-time rapidly approaching though. Pellegrini with a strike from distance. Not quite on target here.
If you're talking about stats, if you're talking about things that we look at and discuss, Giallorossi has 1 goal to his name across 3 match days. It's a tough ask, especially if you're struggling to find goals, to then find the movements and the abilities at the right times to find those passes and goals. He's still got some time here. It is only 2 goals to 0, but as Semra said, you've got to keep the back door shut if you're going to go through the front.
Martial back heel, Rashford inside, Fernandez keeping it alive here. A vital tackle from Pellegrini. Kilju looks so adept with this United team. Sabitzer up forward again, inside to Rashford! Number 3 for Kilzu. United in control now.
Yeah, and like we said, it's that man again. Marcel Sabitzer is the player that makes that pass. It's, again, recycling the ball in opportunities where the original chance has gone. Again, really good ball from Bruno Sabitzer. Really good dribbling footwork, as we are so used to seeing from him. And it's Marcus Rashford again. We've seen it over the course of the previous 3 match days, just how important Marcus Rashford is to this Manchester United team. And of course, finds himself another goal in this competition and kills you. Again, not looking at him, you wouldn't know he's 3-0 up, but he certainly is.
Very cool customer. El Shaarawy now looking for Abraham, and oh, short! He stuck it in his own net. That's a tough one to see, but one that Roma fans will be very glad to see.
Well, there's a wry smile from Latvia next there. They know that Kilzu could not have done anything more with that. You can see that his power bar had been engaged. It's trying to go the other way, and instead the animation has ricocheted off of Luke Shaw, and instead it's ended up in the back of the net. You'll see here again, just wait for it in the slow-mo. It's not gone anywhere where Kilzu would have intended it. And instead it's ended up ricocheting off him into the back of the net. Again, Gagliardo will not care at all. It gives him a foothold in the game at the very least.
So a Luke Shaw own goal makes it United 3, Roma 1. First half still playing here, by the way. Abraham looking for Dybala, but just too close to David De Gea.
Yeah, good manual save just to bring him out just enough so that he would trigger that animation to take the ball away from the oncoming Roma forward.
À moins qu'il te mette le 4-3, tu l'auras plus jamais du match. C'est fini. Vraiment accepter. T'as vu le but que je prends toujours des buts de ouf en Matchday, moi. Allez,
Second half underway. I love listening to the players on the stage. Doesn't matter if you speak the language, you get the emotion, and, well, starting this second half off well. Here's Kilzu, the man with a 2-goal lead here. Fernandez looking for Martial.
He's looking for that attacking diamond every single time. Bruno is the left point of it, and that front three, if they can move in that diamond shape, that's what Kilzu is looking for every time going forward. Roma almost get lucky there with Pellegrini.
Marcus Rashford now. Which way will this one trickle, I wonder? Manchester United corner. Look out for Varane, he's the target here. Beats Matic, down to Rashford. Just too many bodies to try and get the ball under his spell. Kilzu just taking his time, playing it all the way back to the keeper. Rashford unable to beat his man, and allow Roma to come forward to the feet of Abraham, Pellegrini, El Shaarawy, all combining. Abraham was just asked too much of there. Dybala still fighting a Roma.
Yeah, Gagliardo is not out of this by a long shot yet. Still at 30 in-game minutes. We have seen turnarounds and goals conceded in tournaments past and present. We've seen very late goals that have gone in, so he's not out of this game by a long shot, but got to be careful of this Manchester United counter-attack.
Did enough that time, but as you said, the importance is not only getting those 2 goals minimum back, but also watching how frail your defence could potentially become here for Gagliardo. The time is not his friend currently as we approach the final 20 in-game minutes. Is there any substitutes to be used? We'll find that out, no doubt, in a second. First, though, Bruno and Sabitzer trying to combine. Nice touch from Pellegrini, but there's just dogged defending happening here for United. Still alert to it though, Roma. Abraham with a very, very heavy touch. Final 15 now. El Shaarawy across the halfway line. Wijnaldum to Dybala. Tackled well by Varane, and it's been the tale of Gagliardo's day thus far. Every time he tries to piece something together, the United man is there. It was even that way for his goal, of course, a Luke Shaw own goal before half-time. Final 10 in game, and the ball was in play for so long, there might not even be time for substitute to make a difference here. No pause even queued up.
Yeah, it's a little bit of red mist, I think, has descended in terms of tunnel vision. And we can sometimes say that in terms of with your teammates at the back of you need to kind of give you a nudge and be like, hey, actually, you might need some substitutes here, or you might need to change something. Running your entire team, especially in this type of format where it's just a 90-minute game, running them all the way to the end is a very interesting ploy, and we'll have to see whether it pays any dividend here.
Dybala looking for Abraham at the front post, but nothing doing here for Gagliardo. Good build-up play, but it was a very difficult opportunity to take at that front post, and he knows it. Kilzu looks to be well on his way to 3 points here in game number 2.
Yeah, he's going to look to try and kill this game off now. Last throws of this game. But again, it's been a relatively comprehensive performance from Kilzu.
Just the 1 minute added on. No doubt this will be the final action of this game. And there it is. Kilzu 3, Gagliardo 1. It is another 3 points for Manchester United. A really solid goal-scoring performance from Kilzu. I mean, technically he scored all 4 goals in that game, thanks to the own goal from Luke Shaw. But very impressive from the young Frenchman. Yeah,
it's a little bit of return to form from him as well. Again, as we said, Manchester United would have been bitterly disappointed with coming away with no points in Matchday 3. Matchday 4, they now have the opportunity to take maximum points, which would obviously be something that would be greatly appreciative of, because in terms of where it would put them in the table, I think currently, as the live table suggests, they're currently at 4th. Another win on top of that certainly puts them into the conversation at the top end of the table rather than being at the bottom end.
Yeah, as we look over some of the highlights from game 2, it's right you say that we keep an eye on the league table, because they started today 7th outside of those playoff places, those knockout stage places. Of course, only the top 6 advanced to that knockout stage. Thanks to the 6 points they've garnered, they've leapfrogged Roma, AS Monaco and AC Milan. They're now tied on points with Bayern. And another 3 points, they could see themselves propelled into the top 2 here. It's very impressive thus far from Manchester United, especially considering, as you said, their Matchday 3 performance, picking up no points.
Yeah, and sometimes it is better to have the points on the board rather than playing with essentially games in hand. You would rather get the points on the board, and sometimes playing first in a Matchday is great to see. And of course, with game 3 now on the horizon, some people might be thinking, well, hold on a minute, if there's no Irma, then how do we get to game 3? Well, actually, we'll be able to explain to you right now.
Absolutely, it's Stifler taking the chair for AS Roma, and we understand that Lotfi, as he has no opponents, gets to elect his opponent from the remaining 2 AS Roma players. So Lotfi has chosen, strangely enough, Stifler, and that goes to say players' preferences in terms of who they play against. Obviously thinking that, Gagliardo, sure, he just shipped 3 goals.
Yep.
But Stifler clearly a better matchup for Lotfi. That's an interesting one to look into there.
Well, styles make fights. Styles literally make fights. And as we see here, if you have the pick of your opponent, yeah, you probably think, oh well, Gagliardo, he's just lost 3-1. It'd probably be the idea to put him back in. But there's obviously an argument as well, of course, of having hot hands and cold hands. You may not want to play somebody who's just now going to play a game back to back. Instead, you may want to have somebody that the adrenaline's kind of wore off a little bit and the engines are kind of wound down. And as you know from sportsmen in real sports or in real life sports, there's a difficulty with adrenaline once it drops and you've got to get it back up again. It's the same thing here. You're going to have hot hands, cold hands. Lotfi knows that he's got the backing of 2 victories from his teammates as well. Now knows that he's got a third that he can potentially put together here. And as we said, he may have certainly have sat there and observed both games and both Roma setups and then elected to say, well, that one's the one I prefer to play against. And, we'll have to see whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision.
So the players almost ready. A final prayer from Lotfi as he sits down in the hot seat. Our final game, game number 3 between Manchester United and AS Roma. A chance of redemption here for Stifler. Of course, took the controller for game 1. You can see at the top of the screen the results thus far this match. A very tight one against Nexa. He'll be feeling he left a little bit on the pitch in that particular encounter and has a chance now to maybe make amends against Lotfi. This one brought back by the referee. And Lotfi thus far this season, only 1 point to his name, not the form we are used to seeing from the Manchester United man. Tabala with the free kick. El Shaarawy, he was free.
He was free, but the angle was just not on there. That's one that needs to go back across the box. It doesn't need to go into the side netting. It's a little bit wasteful from Roma.
United come forward now. Martial coming back from an offside position, so was unlikely to get involved in that particular exchange. But it's already been a big match day for Manchester United. Roma, can they salvage anything from match day 4? It's a tough ask. Lotfi, despite his results so far this season, a very difficult customer to deal with on his day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and also if you're thinking about it from a standpoint of what we're talking about previous match days and previous teams, results and point output. If you look at Roma's from last match day, they took 1 point from match day 3. They're staring down the barrel of potentially taking 1 point, if not no points. Really puts them under a lot of pressure going into, I know it feels a length away, but match day 5.
Yeah, 2 weeks to lick your wounds if things don't go well here in game 3 until that match day 5. Now we're coming down to the business end of the regular season. You need to continue that consistency of picking up points. We spoke to the Roma players in weeks previous. Their goal is 4 points every single match day and we'll be fine. So far without the captain, it's been a difficult day at the office. The Roma fans, though, holding belief here. Stifler will need your energy. Roma, as things stand in the live league table, outside of those top 6 knockout stages places. What can they conjure up here? El Shaarawy with a nice double touch. There's an early shift across from David De Gea. Had it covered though.
It's a sign of life a little bit from Roma there. Again, it's a half opportunity. It's the right type of move, especially at that edge of the box. It's just the execution, just a little bit lacking in terms of direction. Certainly the signs of life there for Roma. If you are a Roma fan or a part of the Roma contingent, you're certainly saying that there are some signs there to take away here, but they're going to need a little bit more than signs. They're going to need evidence to back that up.
Nice drag back from Stifler. Dybala looking for Kamara. Oh. And you can see in the camera just begging for a better header there.
Anyone but Kamara. Anyone there but Kamara, and that's in.
Lotfi looking to make him pay. Martial sprung the defence, but too early. Good finish in truth, but you can see here, just went too quickly.
Well, it always looks like a good finish when the goalkeeper's not moving.
It's very true. Sharawi wins the ball here. Lovely little run as Pellegrini tries to maintain possession. Dybala arrives. Has this one come off a United man? I think that's what Stifler was asking, and the answer is no. To the feet of Paulo Dybala now. Possession turned over. What can Marcus Rashford do? Oh, very little. The ball will run out of play, and as we're just waiting for play to settle down a little bit, we're seeing some nerves between these two thus far, and it's not surprising given the form books between these two. As I said before, just 1 point to Lotfi's name thus far. Kamara cannot feed Abraham. But Stifler, of course, has been on a 3-loss streak since winning on Matchday 1.
Yeah, interestingly though, in terms of, we talk about body language, and if you cast your mind back to Matchday 3 in terms of the body language of the United contingent, they seem far more relaxed. They seem a little bit less under the pressure. They've realised, oh, actually, if we can go out and play our natural game, we're a challenge for anybody. And absolutely they are. When you look at Nexa, Lotfi and Kilzu, they're three of the best players on the planet.
Rashford tries to back heel, and Sabitzer still hanging in there. Possession one in midfield. El Shaarawy. Abraham has a couple of shirts to find. It's Paulo Dybala into the box now, goes for goal. De Gea not to be beaten at his near post. It's a Roma corner as we approach half-time. This could be very dangerous here for Manchester United.
Yeah, it's a weak foot strike from Dybala. We know all too well about his wonderful left foot. We'll go for a corner though. Roma, again, have these opportunities here. They're going to have to make one of them pay if they want to take some points away here.
Oh, corner's going everywhere.
Just groans from everywhere. It was in the VIP area.
Including
it's
me.
on the stage. There was groans everywhere. We had no idea where that ball went.
Groans from the commentator's desk as
well. Yeah.
I had no idea which way that one was going.
Put in with some real venom for Roma.
Oh, you said about that wand of a left foot from Dybala. Chucked it into absolute chaos in there.
It's almost like he had a remote control on it.
So following the Manchester United changes, we'll see another corner to AS Roma. Stifler here is quite frustrated about the way the game has gone thus far, but needs to keep his cool here because concentration paramount at this level.
Yeah, and interestingly, just on the Manchester United side of things for Lotfi, you use a sub-tactic. You can press a button and you can deploy a completely different formation in-game. Something to keep your eye on if he does elect to deploy it.
It's that corner again from Dybala in such a dangerous area.
There will be 3 minutes.
Roma fans, of course, in the chat making their voices heard. And I tell you what, it's been a pretty solid half from Stifler. He's had his chances.
Shades of game one. He hasn't felt out of it by any stretch. He hasn't actually felt like he's been too far away from this Manchester United side, either if it was Lotfi or it was Nexa he's playing against. He hasn't felt out of touch. Of course, as we know all too well, there can be one goal and that can put a chasm between you and your opponent.
Nothing to split the two players there on the stage then in the first half. You can see the stats there. Plenty of shots from the Roma side, but Lotfi just struggled to get through the gears in that one. He'll be hoping for a well-oiled second half performance to come. And it's Abraham here through early on. Roma corner, starting the second half off as no doubt he intends to continue.
It's that area. It's one long ball from kickoff. It's something you have to almost manually prepare for. You have to take a centre-back and drag them all the way back just to stop that from being an opportunity. And again, it's as route one as you can get, but it's effective.
Dybala again with this corner. Looks like El Shaarawy will latch onto this one. But too late, it seems, as that one will actually turn over to United's possession. Just seeing a couple of unforced errors here in the second half of our game 3. McTominay here for United. Savitzer tackled. And you see the difference it's made now for Manchester United's league table. Pellegrini though for Abraham has blasted over. It's another chance that goes wanting for AS Roma.
It's a big chance. That is a big chance. A little bit of bewilderment from United as to the Roma reaction.
Parce que là, t'es dans un match. Faut craquer, mon gars. Là, il est dur le match. Il craque, c'est moi qui devrais craquer. Donc, Ball, tu veux pas te défoncer, non, je pense. Ah, t'es bien comme ça. Allez, hein.
And it's those types of breaks, Wes, where the absence of the captain Irma is definitely felt the most, because oftentimes you'll hear him discussing with Giallorossi, discussing with Stifler what should be done in terms of changes. Here comes Lotfi though as Rashford and Sabitzer! United's first shot of the game finds the back of the net in the 56th minute. Lotfi puts United on the brink of 9 points out of a possible 9 against AS Roma.
As the old English saying goes, you play to the whistle. Both players left this ball alone, and he just about kept it in. And again, it's neat little footwork, and it's that Mansa Bitzer again. It's why you employ him up the field, and why you keep him up there. Brilliant little back heel there, and it's Sabitzer all alone in the Roma forest. And sticks into the back of the net. See him mouthing the word stop.
United 1, Roma 0. Lotfi's 6th of the season. Joins his teammate Kills now on 6 points there. The joint leading goal scorer of Manchester United so far this season.
The game is not over though from a Roma perspective. We've got to do better than that though in terms of keeping the ball.
Martial has been dispossessed there. Ball will come back at Roma here. Sabitzer. A foul, says the referee. And it's slightly deceptive when you look at Lotfi's record this season. Only 1 point to his name, but when you look at who he's played against, Eterito, Kirito, Ostrabuch, very, very strong players. So slightly deceptive, his record in that category, but when his team asks it of him, he knows how to pull out big results. Pellegrini. Roma just cannot seem to get anything going here in the second half.
They're being stifled by this Manchester United lineup, and they keep getting stifled, and the ball keeps getting taken away.
And it does, and the turning point was, for me, when those changes came in. We said the absence of Irma was felt the most. We saw Nexa and Lotfi both talking to each other about which switches need to be made. It's worked out thus far. 20 minutes to go.
Said already as well, sometimes in the case of Lotfi, especially in this very unique situation we found with Roma, sometimes it's best to be the observer in those first two games, because you're able to pick up where the kind of the weaknesses and the strengths are of your opponent before you even play a game.
Spinazzola does win the aerial duel, but it's just not going to the right areas here for Roma. Under 15 in-game minutes to go. And if this result stands, United would be into the top three. Shaw with the cross. Final 10 to go. Good covering from Lotfi. This one will be brought back for an offside, I think, and well, time for some changes. I was going to say perhaps some breathing room for Stifler to work with. But it seems to be they need to make some changes now.
Yeah, certainly. But you can see there, look at the United side of the defence here. Smiles. Can't remember last time I saw those three smile. It's been fantastic to see, but you can see the comfort level that they're at with their team right now. They know that they are staring down the barrel of 9 points from a possible 9 on Matchday 4, which, again, would completely go against how they performed in Matchday 3. Very much tonic for them mid-season. It is exactly what you'd need for Manchester United. Plus Roma on the other side, you can see almost the parallels, or almost the kind of complete opposite on the other side, the dejection that is etched across the face of Roma at this point in time.
Allez mon frère, souffle, tranquille. Je vais mourir frère. Ouais, je sais. Ah mais c'est sur scène, venez qui vont nous faire Konami. Allez mec. Allez frère, hein. C'est là.
Substitution on the field.
Well, we saw the stats there. I think it was 9 shots for Roma.
Coming on the field is...
It's easy for us to say, sat here in cold blood, but the chances were there. They just weren't really taken. Needed some more clinical finishing in those chances anyway. Iqbal to Bruno Fernandes. Martial, Sabitzer now goes for goal alone. If it's going to happen, it has to happen soon for Roma. Sabitzer's been dogged for United.
It's been so good in that final third, and just being able to just put a foot on the ball. You can see why he's employed there, not only, as we said, from a collective strength positioning, but the ability to take the ball down, and as we can see there, just taking the ball away from Ibanez.
Into the corner as we approach stoppage time, a minimum of 3 added on. Roma have to go. United don't have to go anywhere. Shaw and De Gea no doubt will make this one official. It is 9 points from 9 for Latvian United. An incredible display of emotion from Lotfi.
It's uncharacteristic, as though that's the thing. You never see him react like this. That's his first victory of the competition as well. So from a personal standpoint, you know it's going to mean a lot to him. From a team standpoint, it's going to mean everything because they now have 9 points for a possible 9.
Yeah, good show of display, or show of respect on display, I should say, from Lotfi and the rest of the United players there. Stifler, unfortunate having to go up into the hot seat twice, missing their captain Irma today. There's, of course, sympathy from across the competition about Roma's situation. Couldn't really be helped, but in Lotfi's case, you can only beat who is in front of you. And Stifler today just could not get anything on target in game number 3. Gave a good showing of himself, I feel. You can hear the emotions, the frustrations. It was a difficult situation all round for AS Roma here today, Semra. It was definitely no one's plan to be missing their captain, but they had to play the hand they were dealt. Unfortunately for them, it's United 9 points away from this one.
That they would bounce back with a bang, and that's exactly what they did here today. And now they become the 3rd club, can you believe it? The 3rd club in the same season to have actually collected maximum points in a single season. That's never happened before, and because of that, they have now gone level in the table with their English counterparts Arsenal. We have to remember Manchester United started the day in 7th outside of the top 6, and now they're joint 2nd. The only reason they're behind Arsenal is because the Gunners have won more games so far. They've won 6, Manchester United have won only 4. But it's astonishing the way that they've managed to bounce back, and obviously a great display all around from the Red Devils today, and obviously the absence of Urma was very much felt for the Romans.
Yeah, it was, of course, for both Stifler and Gagliardo. It was here on the commentary desk as well. We're so used to seeing Urma bring his A game, and that's not to say Stifler and Gagliardo didn't today, but Urma brings something special to this Roma team. He seems to know it inside and out, and his presence was definitely missed. But incredible for Manchester United. What a turnaround. Last match day, you said, well, as you said, I should say, they're tied now with Arsenal in the league. It was Arsenal who took 9 points away from them last match day. So life comes at you fast here in the eFootball Championship Pro.
It does, and we seem to see another trend that's starting to pick up there then as well. But talking about Manchester United, their captain Lutfi is with Weza right now. We saw the way he reacted after winning his first game of the whole competition this season, and I hope that he's got some of the fire and the passion and enthusiasm with you, Weza. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, he's just taken a very big intake of breath as we are now joined by Lotfi from Manchester United. First of all, congratulations to you and Manchester United. A maximum of 9 points taken. Your first personal victory as well. How do you feel?
Very happy for the team. We worked a lot, and we didn't have the results that we deserve with our work. So finally, a big win for the team. Very proud of my teammates. They made very well. Big mentality. Next night was very hard, and they scored at the end. Just very happy for the team, for the club too, because the club trusts a lot on us, and we were sad to didn't make the result the club deserved. And finally, yes, 9 points. Very happy. It's very great. We have to continue on this way. And yes, personally, yes, first win. It's always good. It's always a good feeling for sure. But yes, for me the most important is the team. Like I say, if I lose all my games and we are champion, it's okay for me too. So yes, to be honest, it's not so much important my win, but the team win. I'm very happy of this and of my teammates.
Yeah, and in terms of team selection, just a small comment on Marcel Sabitzer. How important is he to your lineup when you put him into eFootball? We noticed that he goes further up the field, not normally in midfield. How important is he to this lineup?
To be honest, it's just we don't have other choice, I mean, than him. In SS, he's the only player we can play. So it's not easy for me. It's better to have a real forward, speed and dribbling and all that stuff. But we don't have, and we have to adapt to our players. We know he make good passes, so we try to make more passes with him in his side. We worked a lot to adapt to our players because it's not easy when you don't have a big choice in attack. So yeah, we try to play different with him, more like midfield because he is a midfield. So more with passes, more with some things different. That's why too we work a lot because maybe for us it's more hard to adapt our teams than some other teams that have many choices in attack. So yes, but for sure he was good today. I mean, we arrive after 4 match days to make a way great with him. I mean, to play more in pass, more. It's more hard. We would prefer another way, but we try to adapt the maximum. It's our job. Sure. And yes, finally, and yes, Martial is. We try to play with his speed, with. I mean, this style. We know. We can't, for example, make just pass and shoot from some situations, but we try to adapt to make more in counters. That's why too we play more in counter attacks than some other teams, for example. Just adapt to the team a maximum.
Sure. And just one more final point. Casting your mind to the future, Matchday 5, I believe we're on now. I'm trying to keep count of it myself. Against FC Inter, your thoughts on that?
It's a good team. It's a very good team. I think they don't have the results they deserve for the moment, but I know they work very hard. I mean, all teams are very. For me, the level is high. Is more than personally. It's my 5th season at the eFootball Pro Championship, and for me, the level of the players. We never had a number of players very strong as this year. So all games are very difficult. All games are very hard, and we respect a lot players of Inter. So yeah, it will be a great game to watch, I think, and we will make the maximum to take 9 like today.
Fantastic. Well, it's been great to speak to you again. Go and enjoy it with your teammates. Semra, Harry, back to you guys.